Hey everyone, Mark here. Hope you're enjoying the winter. One of the questions that I had on my crossbow review that I did 2 years ago or whatever, that I felt needed to be addressed was how do you sight in that 3-dot scope? It's actually a pretty easy procedure to do it. So what I do is, because it's 10 degrees outside, I'm not going to be able to set up, a 30-yard target and a 20-yard target to show you exactly how this works. I have it's just short of 20 yards here in my basement, the length of my basement. But I can still show you how to sight in the scope. Okay, so first thing you need is, if you want to do this accurately, you need some kind of a rest to set your bow on. Okay, so I use a chair, and I kind of hold the bow to the chair with my hand here and my finger, and that keeps the bow from going up and down or left and right when you pull the trigger. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do this accurately. Once you have it sighted in, then you can go out in the field and start shooting, and you can make some final adjustments out there if you have to, but at least you know that the bow is sighted in accurately to start with. Okay, so I just took a couple of shots here, and you can see I'm a little low to the left. I had one go in there, and then the other two are just off. My pattern's I don't know, 2 inches or so maybe. So that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. But I'm going to show you how to dial this scope in a little bit, and hopefully we can put this 3 of them right in the 9-ball there. So if you look in my scope there, you can see that there are 3 dots. So the top dot is the 20, the middle dot's the 30, and the bottom is the 40. Okay? So normally, if I was doing this out in the field, I would sight this in at the 30 yard, the middle dot. Okay, I would get it dead on. Okay, then your 20 and your 40 should fall into place. Now it all depends if your bow is strong enough to carry your arrow at somewhat of a straight line for 40 yards. Okay, now I know that this bow is it's 300 something feet per second, but it drops about 6 inches in 40 yards. So the sight is compensating for that. That's why the dot is lower than the 30 and the 20, And so anyhow, on these scopes, there's 2 little covers here. Okay. You take these covers off, and inside there is a tiny little screw. Okay, so one of them is for windage, the other is for elevation. So if you ever watched the old Western movies, and the guy would say, "Hey, Mrs. Smith, windage and elevation," that's what he was talking about. Okay, so you probably can't see this, but I can barely see it right up close to it. But it tells you up. It gives you an arrow for up, and it gives you an arrow for left. Okay, so we are basically too far left, and we are down, right? So we're going to go up 1 click, and then we're going to go over 1 click, and see if that makes a difference. All right. So you just take a screwdriver. You could probably use a coin if you're out in the field and you don't have a screwdriver, but you probably use a coin. And this is very, very tiny. It's a very tiny click. Okay, so we just went up 1, and we have to go to the right, so we have to go opposite of what it's telling me there. Okay, and that's it. We just adjusted the scope. So we're going to go back and we're going to shoot a couple more shots here and see if we corrected it or if we went the wrong way. So don't mind my messy basement, but you can see my target way down there. Okay, so I'm shooting through the door, and up against the wall there I made a little plywood backstop. So it's a narrow shot, but I know my bow is accurate, so I ain't gonna miss. But anyhow, let's get an arrow in there and let's take a shot once. Here's the chair I'm setting it on. Okay, so I'm just setting it on here like this, and holding my hand with my index finger through the where you normally put your hand, and I'm just holding it down like that there. I'm lining it up and taking a shot. And that stabilizes me from shaking and helps me with the accuracy. All right, shot number 1. Shot number 2. Shot number 3. All right, let's go see what it looks like down there. All 3 shots right in the 9 ball. Okay. So it's very easy to do. It's very easy to set this up. Now, if you're first taking the bow out of the box when you buy it, you're gonna want to move a lot closer. You're gonna want to start out at 5 or 10 yards and start shooting at your target and get it adjusted to where you're hitting that bullseye consistently at 5 or 10 yards. Then start moving back, okay? And then make some more adjustments once you move back to your 20-yard mark, your 30-yard mark, And like I say, I sight into 30 because from 20 to 30 there isn't a whole lot of difference, but I sight into 30 on the middle pin, and the 20-yard pin is close enough that I ain't gonna miss a deer, Once you start moving out to 40, that's when the arrow starts dropping more. And it's, you got to shoot it. You got to practice. You got to work with it a little bit, So that's it, folks. Just a quick video to help you out here with sighting in your bow. And, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. And, we'll see you next time.